Olivia. I'm one of the presenters for today. I'm one of the international academic advisors. And Manpreet, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. Hi, everyone. This is Manpreet, and I'm also international academic advisor and one of the presenter today for this session, Explore Programs at KPU.
Yes, so thank you for joining us today. We want to take this opportunity to go through some of the programs that are offered at KPU so that you can see what might be some of the programs that interest you. So when you come to thinking about which program to declare into or to pursue or graduate, you have a better idea of what kind of options are there for you. So we do have quite a number of faculties at KPU. We have some faculties that offer open intake or limited intake programs, and we also have some faculties that only offer limited intake programs. So later on, I will also go over what it means by open or limited intake. So first of all, let me introduce to you of the three faculties, arts, business, and science and horticulture faculties. So these faculties offer open and limited intake programs. And for health, trades and technology and Wilson School of Design, they offer only limited intake programs. So the difference between open intake and limited intake is that open intake contains does not have a set of quota when it comes to admitting students into the program. So what that means is there's no set of number of students that they can admit to their program. So if you think that is the program that you would like to go for, you can simply put in the program declaration request in order to join their program. Whereas a limited intake program is a little different. They have a set of quota or a number of students that they might be able to take into the program. So in order to join the limited intake program, students will have to put in an application, and it's usually quite competitive, and there is a set of quota of students that they can take in. And so therefore, sometimes there's a wait list to join their program. So for the session today, what we're going to talk about, we'll focus only on the open intake programs. So we'll only go over some of the programs within arts, business, and science and horticulture. But if you happen to be interested in some other limited intake programs, we will also go over how you can look up those programs using the university calendar. We'll go over that in the later slide. Okay, so let's start. With the business programs, we have programs that are 4 years, 2 years, and 1 year. So for 4 years, we have the BBA programs with the discipline in accounting, entrepreneurial leadership, human resources management, and marketing management. And we also have the 4 years Bachelor of Technology program in IT, which will require students to have some math prerequisites in order to take up some of the info courses. If you happen to like this program, but you don't have the math prerequisite, make sure you speak with one of our international advisors so that we can take a look to see what options you have, or if you can take the math placement test to meet some of the math prerequisite requirement. And we can also go through some of the 2 years program and the 1 year program. So 2 years program, we have a diploma program or associate arts program. So for the diploma programs, we have accounting, business administration, business management, general business studies, computer information systems, marketing management, and public relations. So some students, maybe you're interested in business administration or business management. I would say the main difference between the two would be that business administration program will require students to have some math prerequisite requirement in order to take the Math 1140 class. So the business administration program will have some math component to it, whereas the business management program is more on the theories, so it does not require students to have any math courses. So if you are interested in any of these programs and you're still thinking about what are the difference between the two, feel free to speak with one of our advisors. So for the 2 years Associate of Arts program, we have economics, which will require students to take a math course. whether that is 1120, 1130, or 1140 class. So that means students will also need to have a math prerequisite requirement. In terms of a one-year certificate program, we have accounting, computer information systems, or general business studies if you're interested. Okay, so going into arts, we also have some 4 years, 2 years, and 1 year program. So in terms of the 4 years program, we have different majors. For example, we have a major in creative writing, criminology, English, general studies, history, philosophy, psychology, sociology. Oh, and during the presentation today, if you happen to see any information on this slideshow that you feel it would be helpful to you, feel free to take a picture or take a screenshot of any of those information so that you can keep those information with you. Okay. So in terms of the psychology part, you may wonder why there are 3 types of psychology programs. I would say the difference between these 3 are, let me just highlight them for you. So these 3 right here. So Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, that's the most common one. Usually when students, they want to know about the different psychology theories, that would be the one that they would be interested. And for students who would like to go into a graduate school or would like to do some testing or research, a lot of the students, they might go for the Bachelor of Applied Arts in Psychology. And so the Bachelor of Science in here is more on how our cognitive system or like our hormones affect us psychologically or emotionally. So that would belong under the Faculty of Business in Applied Psychology. So we also have honors program, which is very similar to a majors program, but it just contains a little bit more courses that the students might need to take, or it might have a higher standard of courses that the students might need to take up. And usually to enroll into the honors program will require permission from the program's honors committee. So these, for example, psychology, criminology, philosophy, psychology courses, these ones, they also have a major program. So it depends on if you want to go for the major program or if you want to go for the honors. Okay, so arts program, we also have the 2 years program in Associate of Arts. We also have a 2 years program in Diploma, and we also have a 1 year certificate program. So it's pretty self-explanatory in here that you can see there are different disciplines where students can choose which discipline to do for the Associate of Arts, or if they want to go for the diploma, we also have these 4 disciplines as well. Or if you want to go for a 1 year certificate program, it will be, you can consider some of these disciplines. And one more thing about the difference between a bachelor's degree program to, let's say, a 2 years program or to a 1 year certificate program, I would say in general, a bachelor's degree program will be about 120 credits or more and take about 4 years to complete. A diploma or associate of arts usually will be about 60 credits and takes about 2 years to complete. A certificate program will in general be about 30 credits and take about a year to complete. So I will switch over to Manpreet and let her to tell you a little bit more about the science and horticulture programs. Over to you, Manpreet.
Yes. Thank you, Olivia. It was great. Thank you. So as Olivia has already explained, so that a bachelor degree requires minimum 120 credits, and which are usually can be attained with the 40 courses. So same as the science and horticulture programs faculty. Science and horticulture faculty, you can say it's just like our arts faculty, it's a big umbrella, and there are programs underneath. So in this slide, you can see the 4 years bachelor's degree and major and honors programs in 9 different disciplines. For example, Bachelor's of Science major in biology, Bachelor of Science major in health sciences. These are very popular programs of KPU, but these programs require minimum 120 credits, but honors can require more. Can you go to the next slide? Okay, so if we talk about 2-year programs, as Olivia had started, this slide has 2-year programs, but diploma in brewing or brewery operations, diploma in computer aided design, or diploma of technology in environmental protection. These are limited intake programs. So if you are in any faculty, or even if you are in science faculty and you are not in this program, but you are interested in these programs, you have to apply for these programs. You cannot switch from your OSS account, or you can declare into these programs, because these programs have a limited quota. As she said before, you have to apply, you have to meet the admission requirements first for these programs, and then you have to apply. Once accepted into these 3 programs, then only you'll be able to take courses under there. But for example, if you are accepted into if your intended program, you see on your admissions profile that your intended program is health sciences or biology or plant health, but you are considering, you think you want to do a 2-year program, or you want to do a diploma in science or associate's degree in science, which is 2-year again, or associate science, a degree in mathematics or general science. As long as you meet the declaration requirements for these programs, you can easily switch, and you have an access to these courses anyways, that you can take these courses before declaration as well. But for limited intake programs, you have to apply for the programs and be accepted in the program to take those courses. So you can always contact us if you have more questions about the limited intake programs, or even for the open intake programs, but this is the main difference. Diploma in horticulture technology is also an open intake program, so it has 4 specialization in 4 different disciplines. One is general, which is diploma in horticulture technology, but there are 3 different disciplines under diploma in horticulture technology, like landscape horticulture system specialization, sustainable production horticulture specialization, and turf management. But again, if you meet the declaration requirements, you'll be able to declare into that program. So this is very important. So students can be accepted for any faculty, but it doesn't mean that students meet the prerequisites for all the first-year courses of that faculty. So for example, students can be in science and horticulture program. They are accepted by KPU in science and horticulture program, but it doesn't mean that they meet the prerequisites for first year's all science courses. So this is usually happens. Why I'm explaining is this, that the many students assume that because they are accepted in science faculty, so automatically they are eligible to do chemistry first year course or bio first year course or math first year course, but there are prerequisites for that. And the main important, as you see on the slide, is that math 12. So if you do not have a grade 12 math, you will not be eligible to register for university level physics, math and chemistry courses, because this is a prerequisite. So in simple words, we can say that all bachelors of science 4 years programs, all 2 years associate of science degrees and diplomas, including biology, health science, and mathematics associate degree or diploma in science, you cannot graduate without having grade 12 math and then taking university level math in those programs. There is no science program which you can graduate with without upgrading your math, physics, and chemistry. Okay, what is minor programs? That's also a very common question asked by many students. Minor is basically a secondary subject. So major is basically the main focus of your degree. And it is, when we say major, it is usually associated with bachelor's degrees, 4-year programs. So major is the main focus of the program, but minor is a secondary subject which complements with your degree, complements with your major. So if you plan your courses well in early stage, you can have major in one program and same time you can graduate with minor in other subject as well. Basically, by taking a minor program, by fulfilling the requirements of minor program, you have more options, you diversify your options actually. But the minor programs cannot be attained on its own. You cannot have a BSc minor in this or BA minor in this. You can have Bachelor of Arts BA in double minors, but in Bachelor of Science, if you want to do a Bachelor of Science minor in biology, then you need major for that. Major has to be there, and minor is an additional. So you can specialize in a second subject and then graduate with minor. Second credential. This is also a very important information, and KPU has this policy that students can graduate with 2 credentials at the same time. So by not taking extra courses at the same time, let me put it in a simple way. So let's say students wants to graduate with a diploma in general studies. Let's say some of the students might be considering that they want to graduate with diploma in general studies. If they plan their courses well, it is possible that they can graduate with diploma in general studies, but within the diploma in general studies, if they choose their courses properly, they can also graduate with certificate in non-government organization and non-profit studies, certificate in computer information systems, certificate in accounting, certificate in general business studies, or certificate in arts or certificate in fine arts. So these are some of the examples. So it's not that, let's say, diploma in general studies or diploma in business management requires 20 courses or 60 credits. And if you say that, oh, I want to do a certificate in accounting as well with diploma in general studies, then you need extra courses within those 20 courses. If you plan your courses well, you can graduate with 2 credentials at the same time. Okay, now we will talk about what is my action plan. So for my action plan is basically a tool which is used by students as well as by advisors to track completion of program requirements and to check their students' route to graduation. I will demonstrate how to use it, so you can understand that, you know, what are the benefits and what are the features of my action plan. Okay, so as I said, it is a very, very useful tool which is available to all the students. And if you just have to go to www.kpu.ca/myactionplan and you will see this page. You see, go to my map audit. And basically you have to log in with your student ID and password. And I will use one student ID to show you that how you can see different features. Okay, if you can see, then this is undeclared degree seeking student. So if you are not declared in any program yet, and then it will show, if you just put your student number and enter, it will show your intended program as your major, but it is not, doesn't mean that it is your accurate audit. It will just system will automatically put your intended program as your major and show you the declaration requirement and audit for that program. But let's say this student has a Bachelor of Administration in Entrepreneurial Leadership intended, but student doesn't want it and he is considering that if he can graduate with diploma in business management, then this is the what if function, which, as I said, all the students have an access to that, and very, very useful feature. You can, if you are considering changing your program and you want to see that how your courses will transfer to the next program which you are considering, or if you want to see how your courses will fit into 2 different programs, 3 different programs, anything, you just have to use this what if function. And any program, let's say we talked about diploma in business management. So system will automatically check how the courses will fit under this program. So it shows that the student, now it says minimum 60 credits and which courses are required to do this program. And it will also show fall through, means that this student has done accounting 3420, which will not be used in business management diploma. So it is, if you have done something which will not be used in another program, the system will flag it. System will show you under fall through or not counted, under not counted or fall through. You can see these courses, the student has done these courses, but these are not used under the new program. So it can be, so you can go back here, you can check what if, let's say, okay, this doesn't work, so many courses are going wasted in this. Then he says, students thinks, okay, let me try that if I can see that my courses, what I have done so far will fit in diploma in general studies. So he will try general studies and process. So there, here student can see that yes, what he has done. Okay, no, it didn't come very. So that's why. Oops. Yes, you have to refresh sometimes. For the next audit, it's always recommended to refresh the page. So anything student can try, let's say diploma in general business studies. Okay, so you can see that the system has map my action plan, takes this data from your data and also put it in this audit as per university calendar. So university calendar, you can see it is based on the university calendar. You can always, when you do what if, you can always choose the university calendar as well. So, but if you don't choose, it will automatically give you the latest one. Here also student, you can see that these courses are still not counted under that program. So it has different features. The very important feature is what if, but once you are a declared student, you don't need to do what if function. You will just put your student number, enter, and you will see your exact audit. There are very small features as well here. So here, if you go to this, you can see courses taken. So it will show you your, just like your unofficial transcript, all the courses you have done so far in different semester. It will give you a very neat list of all the courses. It has also the feature of, if you do what if, it will, there is also a feature of future courses. If you see here, future courses means that you can add your courses which you are planning to take and then process it. Then you can see those courses which you are considering to take will fit in that program or not.
So so once you have figured out which program you would like to pursue and graduate with, you can start to look at if you're ready to put in your declaration requirement. To put in your declaration request. So what that does is basically an indicator to KPU of which program you plan to pursue or to graduate with, or if you're already declared into a program, you can use that opportunity to let KPU know that you have decided to change your program to another open intake program. So before you put in the declaration request, make sure you check the program curriculum to make sure that that is the program curriculum that you would like to follow and to go with, and to make sure that you already fulfill the declaration requirements. So I would like to highlight this website to you. It's a pretty good page where you can see a lot of the different videos from our advising team. So it's kpu.ca/international/advising/videos. So when you click under program declaration, you will see 3 videos right here. So if you have already declared into a program and you want to change to another open intake program, then you can watch the video that is on the right hand side right here. If you haven't declared into any program yet and you would like to take this opportunity to declare into the program, then you can watch the middle video right here. If you're at this point, you're like, I'm not sure if I've declared into a program yet. I don't know if I'm undeclared or declared status. Then you can watch the one on the left. We will detail to you how you can differentiate whether you're under declared or undeclared status. And through these videos, we also walk you through step by step of how you can put in your declaration request. Oh, and one more thing as well, if you're currently a pathway student, just want to let you know that you will have to wait until you enter into the undergraduate level and fulfill the declaration requirements before you're able to put in your declaration request. Sorry, no one's on. Okay, all right. So probably this is a question that a lot of you have in mind. So after I figure out which program I want to go with, how do I know when I will graduate? So I would say that right underneath here, we have some approximation for the timeline, just like what we talked about. So bachelor's degree usually takes about 4 years. Associate degree and diploma programs usually take about 2 years, and certificate program usually take 1 year. But exactly how long it will take you in order to complete your program, I would say it really depends on your pace. So for example, a certificate program here, that's 1 year. We expect a student to take about 30 credits a year, not necessarily that you have to follow taking 30 credits a year, but this is the rule of thumb that we use in order to determine how long it might take a student to complete the program. So putting in consideration about if a student, let's say, takes about 30 credits a year, then let's say for a certificate program, then they should take a year to complete. Whereas if a student takes less than 30 credits a year to complete, it will probably take maybe more than a year to complete the program, and so forth. And of course, if let's say you're working on a diploma program that's supposed to be 2 years, but you're taking actually more than 30 credits a year, then it might take you less than 2 years to complete your program. Okay, so University Calendar is the official guide to KPU's academic programs. It also has the most up-to-date information on the program curriculum, or on the course description, on the prerequisite requirement, etc. So I will use this opportunity to also show you how you can navigate through the University Calendar. So now here is the website to the University Calendar. So on the left-hand side in here, you'll be able to see faculties and programs. And also you'll be able to see courses A to Z. So courses A to Z is where you can find the different course description and see what each course is about, and also learn about the prerequisite requirements and co-requisite requirements. So I've opened up to accounting courses as an example for you to see. So there's a course description, and it also talks about if there are any prerequisite requirement. For example, accounting 1210, it has accounting 1110 as a prerequisite. Okay. So back to the main page under the University Calendar. So a focus for today is actually on the program. So let's go through that. So on this page right here, you'll be able to find the different programs offered by KPU, divided by the credential under associate degree, under bachelor's degree, under certificate programs, and under the diploma programs. So let's say, for example, If you're interested in the accounting diploma program, you can click onto that. On this page right here, you'll be able to find out if your program is considered as open or limited intake, and approximately how many, what's the number of credits that are required to complete the program. And here's a description of the program as well. When you click under requirements, you'll be able to find out the declaration requirements and also the program curriculum. So it talks about what are the courses that you would need to complete in order to finish off on the program. So maybe I'll leave it at there, because otherwise I think that would be too much information to remember for today. Let me just end the, sorry. Let me just go back to the PowerPoint. So I would say for today, we come to the end of the session. And here are the ways that you can contact us. If you're thinking about to know a little bit more about each program, I would suggest you to have a look at the university calendar and also to see what are the program curriculum, declaration requirements for your program, and see if it will be a good fit for yourself. If you have any questions about program declaration or program exploration in choosing your program, feel free to book an appointment with us. Here is the website. I will highly encourage, if you're thinking about having one of our advisors to go through some of the programs with you, it will be best for you to book an appointment with us, because we'll have enough time. We'll have about 30 minutes to go through that information with you. Whereas for drop-in session, it is only a 20-minute session, so we might be limited by the time that is available to us. But if you have a question, if you know, if you have decided which program you want to go for and you want to do some course planning, feel free to contact us through an appointment or through a drop-in session. I guess before we wrap up for today, maybe I can open up the floor to Q&A. If you have any questions, maybe feel free to type your questions under the chat box, and we will try our best to answer them for you. And for the Q&A session today, I would encourage that if you can put in your questions that are more general kind of question that will benefit all the attendees that are in this session today. Whereas if you have a more personal kind of question that is more particular to your situation, I would encourage you to speak directly with one of our advisors through an appointment or drop-in session. So I will stop sharing the screen for now. And I guess we will open up the floor for Q&A. Or Manpreet, before we go into Q&A, do you have anything else that you would like to talk about?
I think you have covered the main thing is that how to contact us. And I just want to say that, you know, especially regarding the map, my action plan, I would encourage all the students to check it out. There is no harm in playing around with the features of my action plan. It doesn't change your record if you are using what if function how many times you want. So if you want, I would encourage you to check it out, and always check in if in every semester whenever you register. This will be a good habit, that if you check your courses, how even if you are declared student, even then you should check on map your progression. It will be very helpful. Students, sometimes it happens that students do take wrong courses. It does happen, but if students use map and meet with an advisor once in a semester, these errors can be prevented.
I totally agree with Manpreet, and I think map is a very good feature. And any like when you use the audit function, any courses that you enter into it, don't worry, you're not registering into those courses. Yes. You're just using the audit function to try it out to see if those courses can be counted towards your program, and it does not declare you into any program as well. It's more like a feature for you to test things out to see how you're progressing through the program or whether the courses can count towards your program. So feel free to play around with it.
Yes. I think the question answers, Stephanie has already answered many of the questions. have more questions, I guess. Maybe.
We do have a few that are still coming in. So why don't we keep the Q&A session live for the next while?
Sure.
But we'll mute ourselves and we can spend time answering individual questions that way.
Sounds good.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, both of you, for presenting today. And those of you who have specific questions, please feel free to stay until 9 and enter your questions through the Q&A box, and we'll try our best to answer them accordingly. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. I'm back here again. This is Manpreet. I was one of the presenter today. Just wanted to say thank you for attending this session, and you guys have good night. And we are just going to close in 1 minute. Thank you for attending this session.
Thank you for joining us today. Have a wonderful day.